with some questions.
So do an opening statement.
Sure. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Obviously, we're thrilled to be here in College Park. Looks like a great venue for an NCAA tournament. They're rolling out the red carpet for us, and we've been treated first class since we got here. So just had a good practice, feel really good about where we are as a club. We're, knock on wood, we're as healthy as I think we're going to be. And we got Rhett Lauder going tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And, you know, we're facing a good UConn team. Their number one pitcher, Peterson's really talented, and they're a veteran team who, you know, knows how to win. So we'll have our hands full tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Tom, you mentioned that you have Rhett Lauder going tomorrow. Early in the week, you had talked about maybe throwing Teddy out there for that opener. And you said you would, you know, dig in a little bit more about what UConn brings to the table. What is it that you saw in the Huskies that made you go ahead and make the switch and go with Rhett?
Well, you always want to win game one in a regional. You don't want to start out in the loser's bracket. And, you know, I think it's just one of those things where, you know, Rhett's our best guy. And we put our best foot forward in the first game, try to grab a little momentum early in the game. I think momentum is going to be a huge part of this weekend. I think UConn's offense, Maryland's, LIU's, and ours are all momentum-based offenses. So, you know, coming out early and getting a couple zeros and letting us settle into the flow of the game, I think is really important.
What are some of the keys tomorrow against UConn? What will Rhett have to do to kind of keep their offense in check?
Yeah, I think the middle of their order bats, you know, are the key to UConn. You know, if those guys are coming up with men on base and you're having to face them in leverage situations, you know, in a small ballpark, then certainly you're going to open yourself up to big innings. So I think the key to tomorrow is just limiting their damage. You know, if they score to one or even two, and staying away from the big inning. I mean, again, I think that's pretty common, you know, in any game that you play against any team, but I think it's really especially common, you know, important against Connecticut and Maryland both.
No, we talked to some of your guys Monday afternoon after we spoke with you, and they all kind of talked about the fact that they had not been to a regional before with even the experienced guys, you know. So with that lack of regional experience, NCAA tournament experience, is it, I guess, good or bad to kind of start things off right away at 1 o'clock tomorrow? Or would you rather be hanging out the hotel for a few extra hours and watch another team get things started?
I think it's good. I mean, obviously you want to be playing at night because it means you're the number one seed, but short of that, I like playing at 1 o'clock because, I mean, knock on wood, doesn't look like weather's going to be a factor here, but, you know, in some regionals it will be. And if you're playing that late game and weather impacts it, you know, you might not be starting until 10 o'clock at night, or you might get pushed back to Saturday and the schedule might get compressed. So, and then the second part to that is if you do manage to win the first game, you just get a little extra rest between your game and the 7 o'clock game Saturday night. So, you know, I do like playing at 1 o'clock. It takes lights out of play too, you know what I mean? So the park plays a little more true typically in the day than it does at night.
Coach, we ask coaches in other sports, especially college basketball, what's the difference between a regular season game and an NCAA tournament game? What's it like in baseball? What's the atmosphere? Is it a big deal? Do the players feel it?
Well, without question, they feel it. And they felt it really starting today, you know, with showing up at the ballpark today and seeing the stands that Maryland brought in and the TV production trucks and things like that. So it's just got a different feel than a normal Thursday practice. You know, normal Thursday practice, there's nobody at the ballpark. You know, there's no activity at the ballpark and you're just kind of going out there getting your work. But today when we got off the bus, you know, it was a bustle of activity. So I think the guys feel that it's just, you know, it's a bigger deal. And, you know, and pressure is a big part of that. As we told the guys, you know, in the team meeting the other day, you know, the team that goes out there and can deal with the adversity and the adrenaline and just play normal is the team that's going to come out of this. And there's 4 really talented teams here, and any one of the 4 teams can come out of this. And the team that just goes out there and plays their game and doesn't try to do more. I mean, that's what you have to do in this situation, is fight the urge to do more.
Coach, to kind of piggyback off that, do you feel like your guys have that mindset to not get caught up in the moment tomorrow and be able to just play their game?
You know, I think we do, but I think you don't know till you play. I mean, I think we're going to probably, in our 9-man lineup, we're going to have probably 6 guys that do a great job of that. And we're going to have 3 guys that it might speed up on a little bit. So, you know, it's my job. One of the reasons I like being in the dugout this year is I can help manage that emotion headed into those at bats a little better than I can from the third base box. So, you know, for me, it's just a matter of us controlling our emotions and going out there, trusting our training. You know, it's something we talk about a lot, trust your training. So for me, you know, we won't know for sure till 106 tomorrow. And I think Rhett Lauder is going to go out there and pitch normal, but until he goes out there and does it, you just don't know.
Anything else for Coach?
Well, I appreciate it. The guys will be happy I'm back on the bus a little sooner than expected. So that's a good thing. I'm sure they're hungry.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.